Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. What's up, Mego fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we're going to have the cool one for you. Another Mego classic for you. Guys, this is one that I've been thinking about adding and purchasing and adding to our museum collection for quite some time. Because I could never quite get around to purchasing this guy. Something always came up. Another Mego figure came up I wanted to buy, or another purchase, or another figure that we wanted to add to the museum. But I made a trip to Target last night, and if some of you guys saw our on location video that we did at Target last night, we had some decisions to make, and some fun decisions, but nevertheless some tough decisions. And we had a lot of fun out there, hanging around the Mego aisle, tidying up a bit, straightening things up. And I said, you know what, let me see if I can find a Norm Peterson figure, or another figure that kind of grabbed me. So we looked around, I checked that out, and went through a lot of figures, and I'm at the point now, guys, I have most of the Mego figures. We looked at some of the Charlie Angels figures, maybe the Brady Bunch figure. But Norm was one of the last male Mego figures that I hadn't placed in our museum collection. So, and it's a cool figure. I'm a huge fan of the show. The actor that plays Norm Peterson is a actor. George Wendt is the actor's name, and he definitely played his part to a T. He was definitely the comic relief, which is huge because he was the funniest to me out of all the Cheers characters. So I had some decisions to make, but I didn't, because we're a museum. I wanted to make sure that we found the best possible example, condition-wise, as far as the card, the bubble, everything. And there was only 2 Norm Peterson figures at our Target. There was only 2, and the other box card was damaged, and I checked that, and I checked this one. And not only was the card in fantastic condition, but it was extremely low, limited number run. We have 840 out of 10,000. We have number 840 out of 10,000. Out of 10,000 Norm Peterson Cheers Mego figures, we have number 840. So that was the clincher right there. it was a no-brainer. But I still want to check around. I still want to check around. And we were actually able to find a Dracula, which is becoming increasingly more difficult to do. I've heard some Mego collectors say that there's only one Dracula included in a case of Megos for every target. I don't know how true that is, but if that's the case, we found that one Dracula last night. So my evening at Target was absolutely amazing, and I had a lot of fun finding a very low number, fantastic C10 museum example, 840 out of 10,000 Norm Peterson Cheers figure, and a Dracula figure that was in pristine C10 condition, both figures. So it was Christmas in September for me. And this is, once again, this is just a fantastic figure. When they made the announcements that this was going to be a figure that Mego was going to be carrying on its first wave, I thought it was a fantastic idea. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of the show. I watched the show for many years. It was a long-standing show. And I think pretty much everybody knows that famous theme song. And a lot of friendships were made throughout that course of the making of this TV show. And a lot of these characters and actors and actresses would go on to become big time movie stars. And Norm Peterson was one of those guys, one of those actors. Guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. This is what we do, guys. We're just hanging out. We're sharing some really cool figures with you today. Today we have our Mego Norm Peterson Cheers figure. And they did a beautiful job on this head sculpt. Everything about this figure is fantastic. They really took their time with this figure. He looks like he has the Mego fat body with the pudgy stomach. You know, Norm was a very how should I say, a very well-fed individual. So he had some heft to him, and I think Mego did a good job at that. You don't want to make him too heavy, so I think they did a good job. They gave him the Mego fat body, and a lot of the Mego collectors remember those bodies that were used on the Penguin and a few other characters from the Mego, earlier Mego lines from the 1970s. I believe the Boss Hog Mego figure had it too. You see, he comes with his signature Cheers mug, filled to the very brim with beer, with the foam there on the top. A nice little addition there, accessory for Norm. This is just a beautiful figure. And with all Mego figures, they're very well made. Heavy, very heavy. And I'm hearing a lot of collectors say that these newer Megos are a lot heavier than the original ones. So that shows you that's a good construction. And I can't get it over the head sculpt. Beautifully done. I mean, this is George Wendt to a T. His likeness, fantastic. So I'm glad that Mego got the licensing rights to make this Norm Peterson figure the way it was supposed to be made, and they did a fantastic job at that. Let's turn the card around and see what we got on the back here. And they got some more guys coming. We don't know in what wave, or the second wave, third wave. I can assume I would like to get the what's that? The Cliff Calvin mailman figure character. Woody's cool too, but let's get you a blown out shot here of the back of the card. Super cool. There's Marty Abrams. Always a little bit of Mego trivia on the back of each card. In the series finale, what institution does Sam call on to calculate Norm's tab? Norm has run up a big tab over the years. And here's your officially licensed detailed 8-inch character, authentic retro packaging. Original Mego toy line and quality. Limited edition, numbered for collectability. Collect them all. And that's the game plan. We're well on our way. We have a few more that we would like to add to the museum collection. And we're really just taking our time. They're, for the most part, they're in great quantity now. So, I mean, we had that earlier situation with Target where, you know, a lot of places just didn't carry them. A lot of Targets didn't have them. You had to go online to target.com to get them. But now you can pretty much walk into any Target and purchase these guys. I'm so excited about this 840 out of 10,000. Guys, let us know which number you have on your Norm Peterson. I like to do that. Just another fun way, guys, to collect these guys and have great, fantastic conversations. Because this is a conversation piece. This is a beautiful figure. A lot of the younger demographic, the younger kids, simply don't know who this figure is. So this is a figure that was made for the older demographic, the collectors, the Cheers fans. So we just wanted to share this guy with you today. Guys, you know the routine. God bless. And keep collecting.